Boli Shri Gajanan Swami Ki Jai. Devotees, welcome to our service. Those of you who are present, those who are joining us online, blessings. We begin our journey as we normally do. Our opening prayer, we do from the Rig Veda. Visualize our divine. Any form that pleases you best. Hari Om Tat Sat. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namah. Om Shri Saraswatyaye Namah. Om Shannu Mitraha Sham Varunaha Shannu Bhavata Aryama Shannu Indro Brihaspati Shannu Vishnu Rurukramaha Namo Brahmane Namaste Vayo Tvameva pratyaksham brahmasi Tvameva pratyaksham brahma vadishyami Ritam vadishyami Satyam vadishyami Tanmam avatu Tadvaktaram avatu Avatu mam avatu vaktaram Om Shanti 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 Varnanamartha Sanghana Rasanang Chandasahamapi Mangalanang Chakartaro Vande Vani Vinayako Hari Om Tat Sat Om Sriman Mahaganadhipati Namaha. Boli Shri Gajanan Swami Ki Jai. Bajaye, please be seated, devotees. We proceed with our chaupais, followed by Bara Akshar Mantra. After which puja will be done. At this point, let's all concentrate. Remember, these chaupais are compared to sacred formulas that bring success in all spheres of our lives. नगर कीजिए सब काज हृदय रखी कौशल पूर राज रथ चढ़ी सिया सहित अवध ही शिर नाई जाके सुमिरन तेरी पुनाश नमस्तुहन वेद प्रकाश विश्व भरण पोषण कर जोई अकर नाम भरत अस होई जब तेरा राम राम जब तेरा राम यही घर धर्म ने शरत जाकी जीवन कहनक तहुरी की जय राम श्री राम जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम राम जय जय सीता राम जय जय राम वह शोभा जो समझ सुख कहत न बने कलेश वरने शारद शेष सुती सुरस जानम हेश सिया पति रामचंद्र की जय शरणम बंदो पवन कुमार कलबन पवक ज्ञान घना जासु हृदय आहग बस ही राम शरचपधर ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
वासुदेव
वासुदेवाय नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय हरि ओम राम कृष्ण हरि ओम राम 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 हरि ओम राम राम हरि ओम राम हरि ओम राम कृष्ण 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 हरि ओम राम हरि ओम राम राम हरि ओम राम हरि ओम राम कृष्ण 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 हरि ओम राम हरि ओम राम राम हरि ओम राम हरि ओम राम कृष्ण हरि ओम राम हरि ओम राम राम हरि ओम राम हरि ओम राम कृष्ण हरि ओम राम बोले श्री वासुदेव भगवान की जय. Puja will be performed. While it's being done, devotees, we concentrate on Matan Mahaganapati. We follow with the glorification of Devi. जय 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 गणनायक जय जय विघ्न विनाशक गजवदन गौरी नंदन गजवदन गौरी नंदन गंगाधर शिव शंभु नंदन जय 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 गणनायक जय जय विघ्न विनाशक जय शिव विद्या बुद्धि प्रदायक मंगलदायक विद्या बुद्धि प्रदायक जय 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 गणनायक जय जय विघ्न विनाशक गजवदन गौरी नंदन गजवदन गौरी नंदन गजवदन गौरी नंदन गजवदन गौरी नंदन गंगाधर शिव शंभु नंदन गंगाधर शिव शंभु नंदन जय 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 गणनायक जय जय विघ्न विनाशक शुभ मंगलदायक विद्या बुद्धि प्रदायक गजवदन गौरी नंदन गजवदन गौरी नंदन गजवदन गौरी नंदन गजवदन गौरी नंदन गंगाधर शिव शंभु नंदन गंगाधर शिव शंभु जय 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 गणनायक जय जय विघ्न विनाशक जय शुभ मंगलदायक विद्या बुद्धि प्रदायक जय जय गणनायक जय जय विघ्न विनाशक बोली श्री गजानन स्वामी की जय। We concentrate on Mata devotees. Any form of Divya that pleases you best. जगत जननी मंदहासिनी आनंददायिनी देवी भवानी जगत जननी देवी भवानी जगत जननी मंदहासिनी आनंददायिनी मंदहासिनी आनंददायिनी देवी भवानी जगत जननी देवी भवानी जगत जननी मंगलकारिणी कारुण्य रूपिणी मंगलकारिणी कारुण्य रूपिणी नारायणी देवी नारायणी हे नारायणी देवी नारायणी महिषमर्दिनी अम्बे भवानी महिषमर्दिनी अम्बे भवानी देवी भवानी जगत जननी मंदहासिनी आनंददायिनी मंदहासिनी आनंददायिनी देवी भवानी जगत जननी देवी भवानी जगत जननी मंगलकारिणी कारुण्य रूपिणी मंगलकारिणी कारुण्य रूपिणी हे नारायणी देवी नारायणी हे नारायणी दुर्गा नारायणी हे नारायणी लक्ष्मी नारायणी ओ नारायणी काली नारायणी हे नारायणी शारदा नारायणी महिषमर्दिनी अम्बे भवानी महिषमर्दिनी अम्बे भवानी देवी भवानी जगत जननी मंदहासिनी आनंददायिनी मंदहासिनी आनंददायिनी जगत जननी देवी भवानी जगत जननी देवी भवानी। बोलो श्री शक्ति जगदम्बा माता की जय। हवन। हरि ओम तत्सत हरि ओम तत्सत हरि ओम तत्सत। ओम भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं ओम प्रजापति स्वाहा इदं प्रजापति इदं नमः। ओम इंद्राय स्वाहा इदं इंद्राय इदं नमः। ओम अग्नये स्वाहा इदं अग्नि इदं नमः। ओम सोमाय स्वाहा इदं सोमाय इदं नमः। ओम भू स्वाहा इदं अग्नि इदं नमः। ओम भुव स्वाहा इदं वायवे इदं नमः। ओम स्वः स्वाहा इदं सूर्याय इदं नमः। गजानन स्वामी। ओम गंगणपतये नमः स्वाहा। ओम गम गणपतये 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 नमः स्वाहा। दुर्गा माँ। ओम ह्रीं श्रीं चंडिकायै नमः स्वाहा। 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 ओम ह्रीं श्रीं चंडिकायै काली माँ। ओम क्रीं काल्यै नमः स्वाहा। 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 ओम क्रीं काल्यै महालक्ष्मी माँ। ओम श्री महालक्ष्मी माताभ्यो नमो नमः स्वाहा। 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 ओम श्री महालक्ष्मी माताभ्यो नमो सरस्वती माँ। ओम श्रीं ह्रीं सरस्वत्यै स्वाहा। 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 ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय स्वाहा। 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 ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायण भगवान। ओम नमो भगवते नारायणाय स्वाहा। ओम नमो भगवते नारायणाय स्वाहा। ओम नमो भगवते नारायणाय Suryanarayan Swami. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Shyagindevaye Swaha, Ishtadevaye Swaha, Kuldevaye Swaha, Asthandevaye Swaha, Gramdevaye Swaha, Vastudevaye Swaha, Sarvadevta Sarvadevi Bhyo Namo Namah Swaha. मृत्युंजय मंत्र बोलिए श्री उमापति महादेव की ओम हौम ओम जूम ओम सह
Mokshyamamrita. Om Swaha, Om Bhuva, Om Bhu, Om Saha, Om Ju, Om Hao, Om Namah Shivaya Swaha. Om Hao, Om Ju, Om Saha, Om Bhu, Om Bhuva, Om Swaha. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe, Sukhandim Pushtivardhanam, Urvarukamiva Bandhanam, Mrityur Mokshyamamrita. Om Swaha, Om Bhuva, Om Bhu, Om Saha, Om Ju, Om Hao, Om Namah Shivaya Swaha. Om Hao, Om Ju, Om Saha, Om Bhu, Om Bhuva, Om Swaha. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe, Sukhandim Pushtivardhanam, Urvarukamiva Bandhanam, Mrityur Mokshyamamrita. Om Swaha, Om Bhuva, Om Bhu, Om Saha, Om Ju, Om Hao, Om Namah Shivaya Swaha.
Some neem leaf. Over some on the eastern side. Om Namaschandikaya Swaha. Take more. Same way clockwise direction. Om Krim Kaliyai Namaha Swaha. Say Mahalakshmi Mata Bhyo Namo Namah Swaha. Om Shrim Hrim Saraswatyai Swaha. Offer a mixture of Google, Shah, Black Tail. Sprinkle around. Om Sarva Devta Sarva Devi Bhyo Namo Namah Swaha. Achman. Om Sarva Papaharang Divyam Gangeyang Nirmalam Jalam Achmanang Chamaya Dattam Grihitam Purushotamaha Brahmagne Namaha. Take a flower and fan the fire towards the murtis 5 times. Om Banaspati Sudbhuto Gandhadi Gandha Uttama Agriyang Sarvadevanang Dhupoyam Pratigrihitam Dhupam Samarpayami. Bow to refrain. Take a flower, we concentrate on Lakshmi Ma. Om Namostestu Mahamai Sri Pithe Surpujite Shankha Chakra Gadahaste Mahalakshmi Namostute. Om Lakshmi Karutu Kalyanam Arogyam Sukha Sampadam Mama Shatru Vinashaya Deepa Jyotir Namostute. Siddheshwari Mahalakshmi Mata Namo Namaha. Boli Sri Mahalakshmi Mata ki Jai. Offer it on top of the frame. Bow. Devotees, every morning, Sunday morning that is, at least we should be doing it every morning on our own. We sing those shaupai and that duha. Vaha Shubha Samaj Sukha Kahat na Bane Khagish Varanay Shara Se Shruti Surasa Jan Mahesh. In the Sri Ramcharitamanas, Kagbhushund, relating to Garud, he was talking about that moment when Sri Ram was coronated as king of Ayodhya Puri. He said, O Garud, Vaha Shobha Samaj Sukha, the magnificence, the splendor, the beauty of that moment, the essence of that moment, Kahat na Banai Khagesh, cannot be expressed simply in words. Varnai Sharad Se Shruti. Sharad, Sharada Devi, the goddess of learning, she is qualified with learning. Seshaji, 1,000 head, hence 1,000 tongues, symbolizing having that mouth to speak. But yet, Varnai Sharad Se Shruti, even the holy books have all expressed to a certain degree. But no one could really define the essence of that moment. So Rasa Jan Mahesh, Bholinath, Shivaji is the one who knows the essence of that moment. None else. So devotees, that is in the macrocosmic sense. At that point in time when in Ayodhya Puri Sri Ram returned, was coronated, whatever was just said relate to that. But we always try to take things in a metaphysical sense. So the body is Ayodhya. And the return of Sri Ram would indicate spirituality dominating the human life. For this is who we are and what we are, divine beings, spiritual beings. The point being made is that when there is that state of perfection, spiritual perfection, words can't express the essence, the feeling of the moment. Now what this implies, devotees, both in the macrocosm and the microcosm, what is implied? Mere oratory wouldn't help. Mere learning wouldn't help. Study of scriptures alone wouldn't help. So Rasa Jan Mahesh, Shivaji, symbolizing Vairagya, dispassion. Only if one develops that state of spiritual dispassion, withdraws from everything else of a material sense, could one enjoy the essence of that moment when Sri Ram sat upon the throne of Ayodhya. In other words, none of these experiences can come. You can talk about it, you can reflect upon it, but to experience it, the essence, it would not come unless one has this passion. And this is why, devotees, Lord Shiva symbolizes this passion. And it's a reason why in all our devotions we must worship Shiva, as we are told. Without that devotion to Shiva, without that vairagya, no essence. You don't experience that ecstasy, the joy that we can because of that state of perfection. So devotees, always remember this. And I have always maintained, even if a person may not believe in Shiva, but understand what we say Lord Shiva symbolizes, this passion. Withdrawal of the mind and senses. It may be comparative to what we call pratyahar, withdrawal of the senses from the external world. Keep the mind withdrawn from all material things. It's only when we are blind to the world of materialism that the world of spirituality is opened up to us. So then we can experience that ecstasy, the perfection, the bliss, the essence of that moment. So devotees, we worship Shiva. Visualize Nagavadana. Jatadhari, Gangadhar, Chandramauli, Trayambak, Neelakant, Tishuladhari, Vishwavahan. Nandishwarah He Nataraja Nandatmaja Hari Narayana Narayana Shiva Narayana Narayana Shiva Narayana. Nandishwara He Nataraja Nandishwara He Nataraja Nandatmaja Hari Narayana Hare Narayana Narayana Shiva Narayana Narayana Shiva Narayana Nandishvara Nataraja Nandishvara Nataraja Nagavadana Namah Shivaya Nagavadana Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Nagavadana Namah Shivaya Nagaswarupa Namo Namo Nagaswarupa Namo Namo Om Narayana Shiva Narayana Narayana Shiva Narayana Narayana Shiva Narayana Nandishvara Nataraja Nandishvara Nataraja Nagavadana Namah Shivaya Nagavadana Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Nagavadana Namah Shivaya Nagavadana Namah Shivaya Om 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 Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya Namah Nagadana Namah Shivaya Om 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 Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya Namah Om Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya नागस्वरूप नमो हे नागस्वरूप नमो नमो नारायण हरि नारायण नारायण शिव नारायण नारायण शिव नारायण नंदीश्वर हे नटराज नंदीश्वर हे नटराज बोले शिव उमापति महादेव की जय। Now devotees, let me, as we prepare to listen to the words of Bhagavan Sri Krishna, again it's a reminder from the sages, what life is all about. And certain statements we have been making in recent times should resonate with us. Man lives himself by himself. Man sings himself by himself. Life is nothing but an empty dream unless one realizes that supreme. What I am is God's gift to me. What I make of myself is my gift to God, etc. And the whole thing centers around the right self-effort to lift ourselves from where we are to higher levels of consciousness. So devotees, in a very simple way, the sages tell us that, oh mind, reflect. Chant that name of the Lord. As Adi Shankar very beautifully put it, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam Murhamate. Oh, your foolish intellect. Why don't you seek that Lord? Seek Him. Relentlessly pursue Him. Re man tu Govinda Govinda bol, Chana chana nis din jaat subela, Yah jivan anamol. Re man tu Govinda Govinda bol. Yah jivan anmol. Life is invaluable. Don't waste it. Seek that Lord. Re man tu Govinda Govinda bol. Re man tu Govinda Govinda bol. Re man tu Govinda Govinda bol. Re man tu Chana chana nis din jaat subela, Yah jivan anmol. Re man tu Govinda Govinda bol. Re man tu Govinda Govinda bol. उमर गई बहुत थोड़ी बाकी, डगमगहु मत दो। उमर गई बहुत थोड़ी बाकी, डगमगहु मत दो। हरि नाम का रतन लगा के, हरि नाम का रतन लगा के, मन में अमृत घोले। मन तू गोविंद गोविंद बोल, रे मन तू गोविंद गोविंद बोल। छम छम निस दिन जात सुबेला, यह जीवन अनमोल। मन तू गोविंद गोविंद बोल, रे मन तू गोविंद गोविंद बोल। श्याम सुंदर की बांसुरी यह नित बोलत मीठी बोल। श्याम सुंदर की बांसुरी यह नित बोलत मीठी बोल। हे दर्शन पाना जो तू चाहे, दर्शन पाना जो तू चाहे, तू मन मंदिर खोले मन तू गोविंद गोविंद हे मन तू गोविंद गोविंद। क्षण क्षण निस दिन जात सुबेला, यह जीवन अनमोल मन तू गोविंद गोविंद हे मन तू गोविंद गोविंद। झूठा जगत झूठा जगत सत्य परमेश्वर ज्ञान तराजू तो। झूठा जगत सत्य परमेश्वर ज्ञान तराजू तो। एक कर लो मिश्र भजन अब कुछ दिन, कर लो मिश्र भजन अब कुछ दिन, लगे दाम नहीं मोहरे मन तू गोविंद गोविंद हे मन तू गोविंद गोविंद। क्षण क्षण मिस दिन जात सुबेला, यह जीवन अनमोल मन तू गोविंद गोविंद हे मन तू गोविंद गोविंद हे मन तू। The advice you would is to chant that name, Govind Govind Govind. अरे बाबर मन तो मन बाबरे भजो भजो गोविंदम भजो गोविंदम। Devotees, so for a few moments, let's follow that wonderful advice. Oh Krishna Krishna Yadu Hare Krishna, Hey Krishna Krishna Yadu Hare Krishna, Murahara Keshava Yadava Madhava, Murahara Keshava Madhava Yadava, Krishna Krishna Yadu Hare Krishna, Sri Krishna Krishna Yadu Hare Krishna. Murali Manohar Krishna Murari, Murali Manohar Krishna Murari, Krishna Murari Shama Murari, Krishna Murari Shama Murari, Murahara Keshava Yadava Madhava, Murahara Keshava Yadava Madhava, Krishna Krishna Yadu Hare Krishna, Murali Manohar Krishna Murari, Murali Manohar Krishna Murari, Krishna Murari Shama Murari, Krishna Murari Shama Murari, Murahara Keshava Yadava Madhava, Murahara Keshava Yadava Madhava, Krishna Krishna Yadu Hare Krishna, Jaya Krishna Krishna Yadu Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Yadu Hare Krishna, Sri Krishna Krishna Yadu Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna, Yaduvara Krishna, Jaya Krishna, Krishna, Yaduvara Krishna, Jaya Krishna, Krishna, Yaduvara Krishna. Bole Vrindavan, Sri Krishna Chandra ki Jai. So devotees, we have been listening to the last message, or part of it, of Bhagavan Sri Krishna before he left the earth. And this message presented to all of us through Uddhav, that Jigjasu Bhakt, the seeker of knowledge, who asked these wonderful questions. So last week we answered two of the questions. And just to remind you, what is Yam, what is Niyam. And Bhagavan Sri Krishna mentioned Yam, and I gave you different versions. Devi Bhagavat told us Ahimsa Satyamasteyam, Brahmacharyam Dayarjavam, Chamadhriti Mitahara, Shausham Cheti Yamadasha. And the 10 forms of Niyam, positive virtues, Tapah Santosh Astikyam, Danam Devasya Pujanam, Siddhanta Sravanam Chaiva, Krir Matisya Japuhutam. We explained all that in brief last week. So we move on. The second question, or the third question, that was asked by Bhagavan Sri Krishna, or asked of Bhagavan Sri Krishna by Uddhav. Kaha Shamaha Ko Damaha Krishna Ka Titiksha Dhriti Prabhu. What is calmness and what is self-control? Now we always speak of calmness, stay calm, remain calm, develop self-control. Now what we understand it to be, it is that, but it is also more. So Bhagavan Sri Krishna, he is saying to Uddhav, to all of us through Uddhav, Shamo Mandhishtata Buddhir, Dama Indriya Sangyamaha, Titiksha Dukha Sang Marsho, Yavo Pasta Jayo Dhitihi. Calmness, we already understand what we mean by calm, but Bhagavan Sri Krishna very simply put it, a very deep statement. Calmness is the steady attachment of the mind to me. Now you have to understand what is being said here. Calmness is the steady attachment of the mind to me, Bhagavan Sri Krishna is saying. So, to stay calm, we try not to become agitated, but real calmness will, a steady attachment, not going and coming back. The craving to be in oneness with that Lord. That steady attachment. And why devotee? Because he is the ocean of calmness, isn't that so? He is everything. Once the mind is allowed to stray in this world, the dualities, rag and dvesh, are going to affect us. So there is no calmness. There will be no calmness. You might be calm only for a moment, then something happens, it triggers you off again. So in other words, staying calm, how do you do it? The steady attachment of the mind to him. That's Supreme Purush. Now we say Krishna Bhagavan here, but any form of divinity you choose to worship. But the idea is the mind should be attached to him. A steady attachment. Build up, build up, build up. You would have heard of the word anurag. Anurag, anurag. When we look at Ramayana, Sri Ramcharita-manas, Lakshman told the Guha, that king of the forest, the very same thing. How do I know when spirituality develops, when I'm awake in this night of delusion? When the mind gets closer and closer, you develop anurag. Now, anu means small. Rag, attachment. But where should we put attachment? The feet of the Lord. Anurag, gradually, constantly, we keep adding, incrementally, so the mind becomes firmly fixed in him. That is the only way, devotees, we can attain to that state of perfect calmness. You may want to take different types of drugs and so on to remain calm. Those things are going to have side effects. Must have side effects. You do it in a natural way, a meditative way. Try to put that mind incrementally attached to that Lord and keep it fixed right there. So devotees, pay attention to that calmness of mind. It's not just staying calm, but where the mind is put. Now notice, if this mind is not controlled, it runs away. It goes on all different objects. Therefore, I am satisfying the mind by putting it on an object, the Lord himself, that is immovable, all-powerful, everything else. So if the mind is attached to something, it wouldn't stray. And until we reach to that state where the mind is firmly fixed on the Lord, through gradual practice, steady attachment, there is no calmness. There is no calmness. When I say calmness, in this context, I mean permanent. Right? You remain in state of agitation, in between calmness. So devotees understand what calmness is, according to Bhagavan. What is self-control? What is self-control? Self-control is the control of the sense organs. Dhamma indriya samyamaha. Now, we have to understand what these sense organs are. Devotees, we have been saying this over and over. I hope you assimilate it. There are 5 senses of perception, 5 organs of action. Right? So the sense organs, Bhagavan Sri Krishna is saying, self-control is the control of the sense organs, the 5 senses of perception, the 5 organs of action. So just to let it be known, what are these senses? Sense of hearing, sense of sight, sense of touch, the olfactory sense, sense of taste. Those are the Gyan Indriyas, through which we perceive the world. When I mentioned that the senses happen to be the seat of desire, understand what it means? You see something, you want it. You hear something, you're affected or unaffected as the case may be. You feel something, you taste something, cravings develop. If the senses are not controlled, if you are slave to your senses, desires are not controlled. You have to control the senses. So self-control, control of the senses, the Gyan Indriyas. And devotees, when the Gyan Indriyas are controlled, the organs of action, what are they? Hands, feet, tongue, organ of excretion, and organ of reproduction. We all have these 5. If the Gyan Indriyas are affected, then if they are challenged, cravings develop, then the Karam Indriyas get involved. And so we commit actions. So self-control will be starting with the senses of perception, controlling that. And what? You will be able to control the organs of action. This devotee is self-control. So understand what self-control. If you have no control over the senses, there is no self-control. None. So, bear that point in mind. He asks again, what is fortitude? And what is patience? Krishna ka titiksha dhriti prabhu. What is fortitude? Fortitude. Strength. When I say in the mind and so on, as we say. Now, you tell me if we are strong or we are weak. What Bhagavan says. Titiksha dukha sang marshu. Fortitude is the bearing of grief. You could only say that you're really strong if you can bear grief, rise beyond it. And we all know, devotees, grief, what it can do to us. So you can be physically strong, but when the grief hits you, big men fall flat. That fortitude is not there. So that is called titiksha. So fortitude is the bearing of grief. You cannot say that you have fortitude unless you are exposed to this and successfully overcome it. So the bearing of grief is fortitude. What is patience? Now this is very interesting here. Right? Yevo pasta jayo dhritihi. Patience is the perfect control over the palate and the sex impulse. Now, if you analyze in life what really overpowers man, craving to eat and sexual impulse, you'll find very difficult to control. This is where you see lust comes in. And you know, I won't digress too much, but remember when we spoke about Gaudan, and I explained to you Gau means senses, giving up the senses to a holy man. What is Vaitharni? Trishna Vaitarni Nadi. Vaitarni is a river of lust. Many may think there's a place in hell where there's this river flowing. This is right here. Lust is a river in hell. The person who is lustful, who has no control over the sex impulse, etc., check and see what that person is. You're in hell day and night. In hell. So control. Now what Bhagavan says, patience. Patience. You know, the palate challenges us. We want to eat something, you can't control it. The sex impulse, difficult to control. Patience is the ability to control over the palate and the sex impulse. So devotees, don't think patience usually when it's one behaving bad, you tolerate it. There's tolerance and there's patience. You have to understand what is the difference between these. Yeah? So this is Bhagwan's take. He spoke about all these things before, but the last message is giving us something more in depth. Not too many words, I'm putting the words, but deeper meaning if you can analyze it closely and see what it is. So devotees, patience, we just explained what that is, and fortitude. King Danam, King Tapah Shauryam, King Satyam Mritumuchyate. What is charity? What is charity? What is charity? Now all of us give charity, right? The Gita says, Satvik Dan, Rajasik Dan, Tamsik Dan. 18th chapter of the Gita. Read and see, understand what it means. But Bhagavan gives a different perspective on it here. What is charity? Dandanyasah param danam, kamatyagas chapah smitam. The highest charity, I've mentioned this to you before already, but you know, words have a way of disappearing. So why I'm reminding you. The highest charity is the relinquishing of the idea of violence towards others. Now you can take this statement simple. Notice we said first ahimsa, non-aggression. Ahimsa doesn't only mean violence physically. There could be violence in thought, violence in speech. Manas, man buddhi, karma. Mind, well, man bachan karma. Mind, word and action. So devotees, here we speak of the highest charity, the relinquishing, that means to give up. The idea of violence, not violence, you know. The idea of violence. You see, you have to read into these words. It's very, very deep. Right? The idea of violence towards beings, towards all. So devotees, you can't sit down and in your own mind, you hate somebody, you wish they could die. You wish something happened to them. Or you say words, you know, to hurt other people, intentionally that is. So thinking, acting, etc., well, violence, no. The idea is that I must reach to such a point where even the idea of causing pain to others doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. Not at all. So here, the whole idea of relinquishing the idea of violence. And who could do that for you? Only you. You have to know your head. You have to go inside. If you can't go inside and analyze your thinking processes, you can't understand this. So when you think charity is giving somebody this, give them a hamper, do that, you know, teach them, all that is good. But go more, but let's say deeper than that, in your own head. I must not have this idea of wanting to cause pain to anybody, in any form whatsoever. That is the highest charity. That is the highest charity. And you know, if I may just add to this, you know, remember punishment, we say is rehabilitative and punitive. If it is punitive, our thinking is that even others to make them suffer. That is wrong. To rehabilitate, there are times when you have to take certain steps, you carry out certain procedures, but the idea is to rehabilitate. The idea is not to cause pain. The idea is to make a better person. So you can have different ramifications of this. Do take it at a surface level. You see, devotees, this is why this is the last message of Bhagavan Sri Krishna. It's not easy, you know. You can't just take it simple. Give charity without expectation of rewards. Or Rajasic, give charity because I want to get back name fame. You know, these things, they're Good, but deeper than that. Deeper than that. In other words, if a person doesn't have the means of giving anything to anybody, is it that you can't do charity? Could a pauper give charity? Yes, he can give the highest charity. Right? Not means. You give whatever you have, yes, but the attitude is important. So devotees, remember this. And everybody could give charity. The child to the oldest man, woman. You have to develop this attitude inside. Relinquishing the idea of violence. And I'm emphasizing idea. No thought of it must ever occur in your mind. This is when I mentioned Sharanagati. No thought of questioning God. No thought of asking why God or doubting Him. No. It's in the mind. And yes, devotees, we can attain to that state. But you have to work on it. So, that is the highest charity. I'm putting it to you in a simple way. Right? You analyze it. What is penance? Tapa. So many of us, we do tapasya. The sages do tapasya. Go in the forest, stand up on your head, stand on one foot. Don't eat, don't drink, nothing at all. All that is okay. All that is okay. But from Bhagavan Sri Krishna's perspective, what is tapasya? Kama tyagas tapasmitam. Kama tyagas tapasmitam. Penance is the giving up of desires. Need I say more on that? The giving up of desires. Many of us, we do all kind of things. We fast for 12 Sundays. We know what we do. But, oh Lord, I want this. Oh Lord, I want that. That is not tapasya. That is not tapasya. You can live a simple life. Work is worship, duty is God. But the intent, the idea, Lord, Prajapati Swaha idam Prajapati idam namama. Everything is yours, Lord, not mine. I have nothing, I want nothing. Now, I like to make this point because I want you to ask yourself, do you really do tapasya? You make various sacrifices, but all the sacrifices we make are with a particular intent for material desires, fulfillment. Here, Bhagavan Sri Krishna is saying, tapasya, penance, kama, tyagas, tapaha, smitam. Kam, tyag, giving up desires. That is penance. That is penance. So devotees, when you perform your various sacrifices and so on and so forth, it's good to ask yourself, why am I doing this? Now if you follow closely what I'm saying here, if a person maintains all these principles, you may not be doing all the rituals. I'm not saying don't do it, but you cannot judge a person. A person may not be fasting like you and do whatever like you, but a person in his mind maintaining these principles, the highest principles. This is why Scripture tells we don't be judgmental. But of course, sometimes you have to analyze because action speaks louder than words. So what I'm saying, no matter who you are, right, even if you're not fasting and so on and so forth, on a daily basis, you do what you have to. The Bhagavan Sri Krishna said in chapter 2, chapter 3, the Karma Yoga. You are entitled to the actions, but not to the fruits thereof. Do everything as an act of offering to me. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vajit. Aham tva sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma shuchaha. In the 18th chapter, he told us that. Now you see, these things are taken to a higher level. And of course, many of us would have a problem to do that. Because we all want this, we want this, we want this, we want this. So just understand it, no? When you see all the wants you have begin to strangle you, then start to go to the next level now. Let me give up everything. Give up desires. What is valor, devotees? I've said this over and over again. Swabhava vijaya shauryam, satyam cha samadarshanam. Alright, Swabhava vijaya shauryam. Valor is the conquest of one's nitya. Now, remember I made this statement, what I am is God's gift to me. What I make of myself is my gift to God. So if I am born in a certain way, I have certain characteristics, getting vexed for everything, angry for everything, want to control everybody. We all know, selfishness, certain attitudes I have that are negative. And then what we say, what I could do, boy, I born so. are born so. Now, saying that is stupidity. Not trying to become different is laziness. Here, Valor, Bhagavan Sri Krishna is saying, the conquest of one's nitya. You subdue all the negativities. He mentioned in the Gita, you have the lower self, the body, the five senses of organ, five senses of perception, five organs of action, the mind, the body. That is the lower nitya. Lower nitya. That is, we have to conquer the devotees. The highest, the self must conquer the lower nitya. This was mentioned by Durga Ma sitting on the tiger. Right? Harness the lower tendencies. The higher self dominates. That is valor. That is true heroism to conquer one's nitya. Can you do that? But to do that, you have to first accept who you are and what you are. So that statement, what I am is God's gift to me. You have to ask yourself, what am I? What my temperament is? What my nitya is? Self-analysis, critical self-analysis. That is the only way you can know who you are. And what is undesirable. And try to conquer it, overcome it, transform. And again, self-effort. Everything is based upon self-effort, devotees. Everything. So remember, valor is a conquest of one's nitya. That is true heroism. Other kinds of things we see quite okay. You know, helping someone, like, you know, in California, that huge fire blazing, those firemen risking their lives, that is heroism. That's good. But on a personal perspective, if I can't conquer my nitya, where is that shaurya? Where is it? Satyam cha samadarshanam. Honesty. Here, satya is referred to not really truth so much, but honesty, which is also, well, truth. All right? But the first part is what is honesty, and then we'll speak about what is truthfulness. All right? So devotees, satyam cha samadarshanam. Honesty is looking upon everything with an equal eye. Can we do that? Can you see a piece of gold and a piece of rock and say they are the same? Never ever, no? Never ever. Sometimes even in our own homes, with our own relationships, you like one more than the other. That you know, samatha, that even-mindedness we don't have. Bhagavan is saying, honesty is looking upon everything with an equal eye. There is no bias. There is no preference. Now, that doesn't come just like that. It takes maybe lifetimes. But that is honesty at the highest level. What is truthfulness? Ritancha sunirtavani kabibhihi parikirtita. Truthfulness is true and agreeable speech which the sages praise. So, you know, we speak the truth. It must be agreeable, not saying what people like to hear now. Who may be pleased with it? The sages, those fathers of dharma, who point us in the right direction. First to begin, you will try to compromise what you're talking. And I've said this already many times, truth is that which is. You know, that which is. You don't have different colors of the truth. It is either or it is not. So the words have to be truthful. Truthful words, truthfulness. Agreeable, what is. And of course that attitude must be pleasing to the sages. And devotees, we have heard so many times what the sages tell us. Chhod burai, karo bhalai, chhod parai ninda, jhoot na bol, sat ki tol, mithi boli boli, boli teri ras bhari ratoni ranjan naam. All this we have been beating up over the years. This is what I mean. Chhod burai, don't condemn people. Karo bhalai, say good about everybody else. When you see good, say good. Jhoot na bol, don't tell lies. You know, wear your truth. Jhoot na bol, sat ki tol, mithi boli boli. You speak in nice, agreeable terms. Meaning what? Devotees, you go to Ramayana again, when Lakshman was speaking to the same, the Nishad, what he said, stated that the words were filled with Gyan. Gyan, Vairagya, words of dispassion, words of wisdom, words of bhakti, devotion. Anytime we speak and our words have bhakti, jnana, vairagya, those words are truthful and agreeable. Anything otherwise, you waste time. And if I may just add, when we start off, we say, Vardhanam Artha Sanghanang, Rasanang Chandasamapi. Vani, the goddess of speech. Devi, goddess of speech. Sound devotees, first vibration ever created, sound vibration. And I explained all this already, that the power in everything that we do is listening. The rituals are good, but listening is where the tapasya really is, the sacrifices. And that is sound vibration. You have to have the right sound vibration. Right? And once you see that is here, devotees, we okay? We okay? Sound vibration. So we have to prepare ourselves for these kind of practices, enlightened devotees. Let's keep that focus. Let's keep that focus. So what we say, how we say it, Rato Niranjanam, chanting the name of the God, of that divine, bhakti, jnana, vairagya, everything we say must be like that. Okay. Now if you don't have these three qualities, what we say is filled with bias. And that is not honesty. I want to trace how it comes. If I sit down here and I try to tell you something to impact upon your mind, maybe I know, or that one's stupid, or that one that, is that honesty? We may have people here, devotees, and we have this problem sometimes. There are different types of people, and in the congregation, you want to say something, but somebody may be guilty of it. If I don't say it, I'm not saying to hurt him, but if I don't say it, which could impact upon somebody otherwise, is that honesty? I'm not saying it to hurt him. I'm saying for him to become a better person. Follow? Intent is a hell of a thing. Intent, devotees. Speech is very important. So devotees, when I abuse speech, I want people to understand this. When I abuse speech, I abuse Devi. So you're worshipping Devi, you're telling lies, bad-talking everybody behind their back. If you want to bad-talk in front of your face too now. Tell the truth. But you won't do that. And even if, say, you don't say it, you vocalize it, when you put it on social media, same thing you're doing, Same thing you're doing. The idea is when you have purity of thought. Remember what we said earlier? What is true charity? The relinquishing of the idea of violence towards others, not to hurt anybody at all in any way. Sometimes you may say things, others may be hurt. That is not the intent. It doesn't affect you. But if that is your intent, then something is wrong with that. So devotees, so many things. They say, speech is silver, silence is golden. You have nothing to say, don't put it in words. You follow? Don't waste speech. So all this is part of truthfulness. We go on, devotees. What is purity? Kavibhi parikirtita. Purity is non-attachment to work. Work. Nobody should do work, Attachment. So you have workaholics? We have them kind of alcoholics? Yeah? Yeah, moneyholic? I'll make up a word. Yeah? Before these people have whatever it is, a tendency towards attachment to those things. Nobody says don't work. Do everything you have to do without a sense of attachment. And when there is no attachment, or let's say when there's attachment, I mentioned that already, all these things tie in. Attachment leads to desire. Desire unfulfilled leads to anger. Krodhar bhavati sammoha. Anger leads to delusion. Mohat, vibhramas, mohat, via. As I say, that delusion, what it does? Smriti, vibhramaha, smriti. Confusion of memory. Yeah. Vibhram, When they see that smriti there, devotees, that smriti, confusion of memory, buddhi nasho. Delusion affects memory, which affects reasoning power, which brings self-destruction. Buddhi nasha pranashyati. So notice, without going to all that detail, Bhagavan is saying purity is non-attachment to work. No attachment. Because if there is attachment to work, there is a consequence. You expect to get remuneration. You expect to get name, fame, whatever it may be. And all that leads to the journey I just mentioned about. So you do what you have to do, but non-attachment. Attachment is the problem. That's the purity. So purity is not only bathing every day. And as we mentioned, internal hate, anger, lust, greed, etc. But what this implies, that is internal purity, hate, anger, lust, greed. But here we see another point, non-attachment, which causes all the hate, all the anger, all the greed, etc. Attachment causes those things. So you have to go to the root. When you have to water a plant, water the leaves on top. Water the root. You have to get to the root. And this is the root he's talking about here. This is why it's the last message. Purity, non-attachment to work. So just understand me. I'm not saying do work. I'm not saying that. You do your work. But that attachment which comes with, different emotions in the heart. That's the very problem is. It binds you. And what is renunciation? Renunciation. Tyaga sannyasa uchyate. Renunciation is giving up of work. Giving up of work. So people say they want to renounce, become a sannyasi. How do you renounce? No desires, but non-attachment, all that, and devotees. The sannyasi has no duty, no responsibility. All he does is in meditation. True sannyas, as Bhagavan Sri Krishna is saying, giving up of work. Now if you analyze that, could any one of us practice sannyas in our stage of life? This is why Hinduism says brahmacharya, grihas, vanpas and sannyas. If the three lower stages, as we call them, you have to work. Right? You can't be a grihasti living in the house and try to play sannyasi. If I was otherwise, I'll tell you what I want to say. Yeah. So the devotee, you see, we have stages. So when you come to sannyas, it means you have nothing to do. Even havan, I explained this to you before. You do havan but in a different form. Not physical action. You light the fires of desirelessness. You offer all the karmas as your austerities into the fire of desirelessness. No action. So when you see a person come playing sannyasi, see a sannyasi and eating everything normal and jumping all about and knocking about, what sannyasi you are? But in today's world, these names create, impact, impression, and people foolish to believe this stupidity. You have to reach a certain point. And devotees, sannyas, when you reach to the point of sannyas, you have to realize the senses have to be subdued. You have to, valor, your conquest of the nature, self-control, all these things we spoke about before, all are supposed to be part of it before you could become a sannyasi. Yeah. I have mentioned also that some people ask if they could do their work before they're dead. Whatever we're talking about, right? Guruji, I could do my work before I'm dead. I say, yes, you could do your work before you're dead. So they could do for themselves. But I say the only condition is that you have to become a sannyasi. The sannyasi has no relationships. He has no relations. He has no possessions. He has nothing. And in that condition, he owes nobody anything. Neither does anybody owe him anything. And I have mentioned time and again, all the srar we do and so on after somebody has died, it is the repayment of our debt of gratitude to the person. Not for the soul. Not for the soul. You see, devotees, all these things, so I don't know how and when our people get the understanding of these things. Even pundits themselves get the understanding of these things. Now we're caught up in a time warp, not understanding at a higher level. You see? So devotees, you have relations all about. You want to stay in the house and say, sannyas. Let me see your grandchild fall and knock out all the teeth and let me see what you could do. If you run and pick him up and go. Call doctor, call this. You see, talk cheap. Talk cheap. People delusional. They jump to conclusions. In their own head, they want to be this, be that. You know, no devotees. So understand what sannyas is. Okay? Giving up of work. Giving up of work. So, otherwise, you have to do your work. But purity is non-attachment to the work. But sannyas is giving up work. So nobody here ready for sannyas yet. Not even me. I still have attachment yet now. I'm trying hard to fight it out, you know. Yeah. So devotees, religion. What is religion? Dharma. Dharma ishtang dhanang ninang yagyoham bhagavatamaha. So let me quickly put it to you. Religion is that wealth which men may covet. Notice what Bhagavan is saying. Dharma is that wealth that men may covet. So you want to crave for something? Crave for dharma. Not house, not land, not money, not name, not fame, not position. Yeah? So that dharma is the wealth that man should crave. Bhagavan is saying that. Yeah? Dharmam ishtang dhanang nrinam yagyoham bhagavatamaha. And the question is, what is sacrifice? Bhagavan said, I, the Supreme Lord, I am the sacrifice. I am the sacrifice. Bhagavan is saying. Notice? So go to the Gita again, he says, I am the sacrificial fire. I am the ladle. I am the offering into the fire. He is everything. Chapter 10, I think it is. Or not, if not chapter 8. Yeah. Read and see, devotees, Bhagavan is the sacrifice. He said, I am the sacrifice. What is dakshina? Dakshina jnana sandesha. The imparting of knowledge is religious remuneration. The imparting of knowledge is religious remuneration. Now, all of us still give all the dakshina after. What we're saying here, when I sit here and I have the opportunity to read, to project scriptures to you all, that is dakshina. That is dakshina. The imparting of knowledge is religious remuneration. So understand what that means. So when we sit and we do what we have to do, sometimes the Baba, some of them say, you give me enough, man. Double up. And put salt in the sheet. Do this, do that. Like craving. Yeah? So, dakshina, right? Jnana sandesha. The imparting of knowledge, knowledge. Not sitting and singing. Imparting of knowledge, jnana, wisdom. Pranayama parambalam. The highest strength is the control of pran. What is pran? The breath. That's the highest strength. If you control pran, you control life. Wouldn't elaborate more than that. Bhavo me eshwaro bhavo. Fortune is my divine state. To reach that state of divinity, that is fortune. Labho madbhaktis uttamaha. The best profit is devotion to me, Bhagavan said. Not material profit, no? You have to pay tax on that, boy. When devotion to the Lord, no taxation. You're free. Devotion is the best profit. Vidyatmani Vedha Badho. Learning, true learning, is the destruction of the idea of multiplicity in the self. True learning. So this is why I mentioned time and again. Nothing wrong with your BSc and PhD and MSc and whatever. But if that learning doesn't help you to come to the point to destroy multiplicity, come to the point of non-duality, what is the purpose of that learning? Only to make money? Only for status? So you see, All different pathways, different rivers and streams lead to the same ocean. Whether it's mathematics, whether it is science, whether it is yoga, whether it is literature, all different rivers and streams flow to the same ocean. Supposed to go there. But plenty of these rivers dry up before they reach to the ocean. It doesn't take you to that point of what we speak about here, to eradicate multiplicity of the self. Everything is one. But what these things do to you, more I better than you, I qualify, I more than you. The I come in there. And then the idea of you and multiplicity, duality, multiplicity. You're not free from bondage at all. So devotees, true learning, and this is why sometimes the sages, they may not be certificated, but they are true learning. Freedom of the self. Aham brahmasmi. Devotees, jugupso, hrir karmasu. Shyness is the abhorrence of evil deeds. Not shy, hide and cover your face with the holding thing now. Shyness is, you really detest evil deeds. Not even in dream would you want to do anything that is improper, evil. That is shyness. Yeah. What is beauty? Sir guna nairapekshadyah sukhang dukkha sukhateyah. Beauty consists in the virtues, such as the spirit of independence. Swa andar, sundar, beauty. Swa andar, oneself, andar, sundar. What is beauty? Not physical, no? Devotees, everybody beautiful in your own way, how God make you so. But true beauty, these qualities, right? Virtues like independence, swatantrata. You tap into all those qualities, chapter 16 of the Gita again. I could be mistaken, either 14 or 16. Divine qualities. Inculcate those qualities, uncover them. That devotees, virtue. Right? So importantly, that is beauty. Not physical. Not physical. Happiness, I have said this over and over again, is the transcending of pleasure and pain. If you really want to be happy, don't get affected by pleasure, nor be affected by pain. Transcend that. And that will determine, or that will intimate to us, equanimity of mind. Nothing affects you. That is true happiness. And in that context, none of us is happy. None. Because all of us, something good, celebrate. Something bad, go in a shell. So we are caught up by the dualities. What I mentioned, dipping in the hot oil, taking out the hot oil. In and out, in and out. Yeah, devotees. That is not happiness. Okay? So, happiness, true happiness, transcending pleasure and pain. Misery, dukhang kama sukhapeksha. Misery is a hankering after sense pleasures. Well, devotee, that is well, when I say somebody miserable, we may mean it differently. Bhagavan saying misery is a hankering, notice the word, hankering, the craving over sense pleasures. This and that and the other. Add lust to that. Such people devoted their life like live in hell. You have no peace. You have no peace. That is misery. So to control, to get beyond misery, you have to control these sense pleasures, so to speak. Go back to control of the senses. And a scholar, pandito bandha mokshivitaha. A scholar is one who can distinguish between bondage and liberation. We will leave that as we go along. A true scholar is one who can distinguish between bondage and liberation. So devotees, I'll just mention the rest for we run out of time. Murko dehadya aham buddhi panta muni gamah smitaha utapartas cha vikshepaha swarga sattva gunudayah. A fool is one who identifies himself with the body. You understand that statement? If you ask anybody, the body is what they see here. They don't understand Atma, self, body. I am this, I am this. A fool is one who identifies himself with the body, etc. The right way, panta mani gamahasmitaha. The right way is that which leads to me. Nivriti marg, away from bondage, towards that freedom from bondage. Nivriti marg. Bhagavan says the right way is that which leads to me. The wrong way is that which causes disturbance of the mind. And I keep telling devotees, sometimes we make choices. You make choices and nobody happy. Say a young person when they get married. I'm just using the example, right? You like somebody who parents do sanction. Not that, sometimes in today's world, the children say, you can marry the girl, you can marry the boy, why I have to marry them? I have to like them. But parents have certain, ideas in their head, thoughts and so on. They have our welfare at heart. So, sometimes they may say, look, this not right, don't do this, don't do that. Now what happens? Conflict starts. Conflict. And the point being stated here, anytime you see a situation where whatever is being done, there's only conflict on all sides. There is no peace, no comfort, no support. Something wrong with that? Something is wrong with that. That is the wrong way, Bhagavan says. The wrong way is that which causes disturbance of the mind. You have no peace. You have no peace. And when you say, you go do what you want. I will get married, yes. It's my life. Go ahead, fix up. That is the wrong way. And the wrong way implies destruction. Now, I could take this in different context. This is why many times when people come to me, I look at the whole situation and I say, this is not right. Don't do this. Don't go away. But who want to hear? What is heaven? Swarga sattva guno dayaha. Heaven is the rise of sattva in the mind. Yeah. You know what sattva is, right? We have sat, rajantam. So analyze all that. But sattvic prakriti, true piety, when sattva rises in the mind, here, that is heaven. Where heaven is? Right here. Right here. And by extension, narakastama unnahu. And hell is the rise of tamas in the mind. When tamas, laziness, sluggishness, lethargy rises in the mind, that is hell right here. Okay? So devotees, Bandhur Guru Raham Sakhi, the teacher who is no other than myself is the friend. Who is the friend? The true teacher. Who is the true teacher? Bhagavan says, none other than myself. The teacher represents Brahm. That's Supreme Lord, Jagat Guru. That is true friend. But you know something? Many people can't do take on teacher at all. The friend outside tell you, do this, do that, do the next. He is a true friend. He leads you to self-destruction. And who is telling you, don't do that, do this, do that? He is an enemy. Wrong way again, of course. But Bhagavan said, the true teacher is none other than myself. He is the friend. He is the friend. O thou, griham shariram manushyam. Where is home? Where is your home? We mentioned this already many times. Many people look at your home, Chotu Street, Lower Wangwes, LA, wherever. Devotees, what he is saying here, the human body is your home. This is our first home. And in this context, I ask people, when Diwali come, you clean off the house. When you clean off this house? When are you going to clean off this house? Because we extrovert. This is your home. And here, Gunadhyu, Dadhya, Uchyati. He indeed is called rich, who is rich in virtues. Rich in virtues. Rich man. You could have all the wealth but no virtues, you're downright poor. He's saying, Daridro, Yatva Sanktushtaha. One who is discontented is poor. You could have a billionaire and he's discontent, he has craving, he's poor. He's poor. Kripano yojitendriha. He who is not a master of his senses is mean. Imagine how many mean people we have all about. Mean, wicked. Who is not the master of his senses. Guneshva sakta dhirishu. Gunasango viparyayaha. One who is not attached to sense objects is lordly. Plenty kings, Lord of this, Lord of that. You can have an ordinary man who has nothing. He is lordly, if he is not attached to sense objects. Gunasango viparvayaha. One who is attached to sense objects is the opposite. He's not Lord, he is slave. Bhagavan says, Eta udho te prashnaha sarves tadu nirupitaha king varnitein vahuna lakshananguna doshayuho. Here, Udhav, I have explained, I have fully answered all your questions. All your questions. And devotees, I just put the answers to you, some of it. Now, as I mentioned, I don't expect people to remember all. But you know what just crossed my mind? Maybe you may have a certain problem at this point in time. Maybe certain things I have said may reflect for you at this point in time. But it is here on YouTube, thanks to Dinesh and Adesh, they are streaming. And, you know, we have those, Alan, with the PA system and so on. You are able to get it. Get this and study it. If not, if you want to get a copy of the Udho Gita, see where you can get one. I don't know where you're going to get one. One of the oldest Gitas, right? And try to study it, analyze it. And as I said last week, not to regurgitate, to live it. To live it. Right? So you take what is, you know, applicable to you at this point in time. But if the young ones can pick up these lessons, and I want to be honest with you all, when we were growing up, you think we heard these kind of things? Huh? Well, you all were not there, so you wouldn't know. We never heard these things. Even when we get big, we never heard these things. Little lessons here and there, right? But now we are actually, as I said, we get the cow, we mind the cow, we milk the cow, we carry out the processes of extracting ghee from it, and we're giving you the ghee. In other words, it becomes easier for you. You have to go through the whole process. As I mentioned, the only problem with the pure ghee, it causes diarrhea. So if you consume it, you know, you might get verbal diarrhea, if you understand what I mean. Let me go that way. Let me go that way. So devotees, you all are lucky, you all are blessed, those of you who are here. And you could get it, as I said, on YouTube. You know, go through it, analyze it, and, you know, study it. Any questions, while we are still here, you can feel free to discuss with us. But this is what Bhagavan wants us to become, what to make of ourselves, to become one with Him. This is conquering the lower self and attaining to the higher self. And we keep saying over and over again, it's not making money, getting a job, all those things are important. If you go this way, devotees, if you go this way, everything you need in life will come to you. I'm emphasizing that. You don't have to go craving for anything. Opportunities come in abundance. The problem will happen is that you wouldn't know which one to choose. But it will come. So take care of the important thing like the square. Physical, social, mental, spiritual. Correct the spiritual angle, and all the other angles will automatically fall into place. Try to understand that, devotees. This is why people should make every effort possible for this kind of service, this kind of devotion, this kind of discourse. Make yourself available. It is your benefit, not God. Neither is it mine. Because if one come, if 20 come, that's my dakshina. Reciting the glories of the Lord. But it's up to you. But many people, devotees, they shy away from it. You may think, and I want to say this also, there's nothing wrong with getting it from YouTube. But I want them, you see, being here present in a physical environment, there's something totally different about that. And this is why I keep saying people should make every effort possible to be in this physical environment. Because sound, YouTube is getting the sound. Here, all the other senses are impacted upon when you come here. It helps in more ways than one. The choice is yours, of course. Right? And I'm just suggesting that you don't come when it's convenient. That's okay. But it's good to make an effort to come, unless otherwise, you know, circumstances don't allow. The environment does something for you. It impacts upon all the senses. It's a holistic kind of approach we have here. So devotees, I'll say that to you. And remember, you're on your own. Everybody. Life is what you make it. So I'll end again by saying, what I am is God gift to me. Understand who you are and what you are. What I am is God's gift is my gift to God. And I ask myself, what am I making of myself to offer to my ma, my Devi? She gave me life, gave me birth, everything. What am I doing to repay her? What am I making of myself? I don't want to make myself As a matter of fact, I don't want to give her back exactly what she gave me. I want to go beyond. Be in the way I'm supposed to be. That mother is pleased with me. Father, whoever, the divine. So devotees, you decide that. Each person. All right? And to end it, over and over we keep saying you're on your own. God won't do it for you. You have to do it for yourself. Bole Vrindavan Sri Krishna Chandra ki. Make preparation for the final Havan. And we'll glorify Bhagwan, Krishna devotees as we proceed to conclude this morning's devotions. So we have finished with this discourse on Uddhava Gita. Next week we'll see, based upon inspiration, what will take place. Concentrate on Leela Purushottam. Shri Rangana Krishna Devaki Nandana Kamala Nayana Shamala Badana Ananda Chandana Shri Rangana Krishna Devaki Nandana Shri Rangana Krishna Devaki Nandana Kamala Nayana Shamala Badan Ananda Chandana Kamala Nayana Shamala Badana Ananda Chandana Shri Rangana Krishna Devaki Nandana Venu Vinodhana Gopi Karanjan Yashodanandana Venu Vinodhana Gopi Karanjan Yashodanandana Ananda Chandana Yashodanandana Shri Rangana Krishna Devaki Nandana Kamala Nayana Shamala Badana Ananda Chandana Devaki Nandana Yashodanandana Shri Rangana Krishna Devaki Nandana Shri Rangana Krishna Bole Vrindavan Sri Krishna Chandra ki Om Ganganapati Namah Swaha Shri Gauri Mata Swaha Prithvi Mata Swaha Panchalupal Devaya Swaha Om Namo Narayanaya Swaha Om Namah Shivaya Swaha Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Swaha Suryari Navgraha Devaya Swaha Brahmagne Namah Swaha Om Hrim Shrim Chandikaya Namah Swaha Om Krim Kaliyai Namah Swaha Mahalakshmi Mata Bhyo Namo Namah Swaha Shrim Hrim Saraswatyai Swaha Om Shri Ishwari Devi Swaha Om Shri Parameshwari Devi Swaha Om Shri Shitala Devi Swaha Shri Mahaanyapurna Devi Swaha Om Shri Mangala Devi Swaha Om Shri Chandi Devi Swaha Om Shri Mansa Devi Swaha ओम ह्रीं षष्ठी देव्यै स्वाहा, ओम श्री तारा देवी स्वाहा, ओम श्री षोडशी देवी स्वाहा, ओम श्री भुवनेश्वरी देवी स्वाहा, ओम श्री छन्नमस्ता देवी स्वाहा, ओम श्री भैरवी देवी स्वाहा, ओम श्री धूमावती देवी स्वाहा, श्री बगलामुखी देवी स्वाहा, ओम श्री मातंगी देवी स्वाहा, ओम श्री कमला देवी स्वाहा, ओम श्री हेमावती देवी स्वाहा, श्री सिद्धेश्वरी देवी स्वाहा, श्री कल्याणी देवी स्वाहा, ओम श्री कात्यायनी देवी स्वाहा, श्री ऐन्द्री देवी स्वाहा, अग्नि रूपा देवी स्वाहा, ओम श्री वाराही देवी स्वाहा, ओम श्री खड्गधारिणी देवी स्वाहा, ओम श्री वारुणी देवी स्वाहा, ओम श्री मृगवाहिनी देवी स्वाहा, ओम श्री कौमारी देवी स्वाहा, ओम श्री शूरधारिणी देवी स्वाहा, ओम श्री ब्रह्मानी देवी स्वाहा, ओम श्री वैष्णवी देवी स्वाहा, श्री गायत्री देवी स्वाहा, सर्वदेवीभ्यो नमो नमः स्वाहा, श्री हनुमते नमः स्वाहा, सीतारामचंद्रायभ्यो नमो नमः स्वाहा, राधा कृष्णाय नमः स्वाहा, इष्टदेवाय स्वाहा, कुलदेवाय स्वाहा, अष्टान देवाय स्वाहा, ग्राम देवाय स्वाहा, इतर कर्म प्रधान देवाय स्वाहा, 5 times again, वास्तुदेवाय स्वाहा, 33 करोड़ देवताभ्यो नमो नमः स्वाहा, सर्वदेवता सर्वदेवीभ्यो नमो नमः स्वाहा, अनंत स्वरूपाय ब्रह्मणे नमः स्वाहा, ओम श्री गुरुवे नमः स्वाहा. Wash your hands. Please all stand, devotees. We concentrate on Bhagavan Shankar. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shambhavaya cha Mayubhavaya cha, Namah Sankaraya cha Mayaskaraya cha, Shivaya cha Shivtaraya cha. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Purnamidah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vishishyate. Om Sarvam Vai Purnagvam Swaha. Achman. Om Sarva Papaharang Divyam Gangeyang Nirmalam Jalam आचमनं च मया दत्तं गृहीतां पुरुषोत्तमः ब्रह्मज्ञये नमः आचमनं समर्पयामि. भाव बोले श्री वृंदावन कृष्णचंद्र की आरती. डिवोटीज, नॉर्मल प्रोसीडियर.
जगदीश हरे स्वामी जय जगदीश
सखी प्रभु त्रिविध तप निवारण हे विभु अज जनेश्वर यादव पाहि मां शिव हरे विजयं कुरु मे वरम् शिव हरे विजयं कुरु मे वरम् प्रतिदिनं कुशलं जय मङ्गलम् प्रतिदिनं कुशलं जय मङ्गलम् मङ्गलं भगवान् विष्णु मङ्गलं गरुडध्वज मङ्गलं पुण्डरीकाक्ष मङ्गलाय तनूहरिः ॐ आवाहनं न जानामि विसर्जनं पूजां चैव न जानामि क्षम्यतां परमेश्वर ॐ गच्छ श्रेष्ठ स्वस्थाने परमेश्वर यत् ब्रह्मादयो देवास्तत्र गच्छुतासनम् ॐ लाभस्तेषां जयस्तेषां कुतस्तेषां पराजया येषाम् इन्दिवर्षामो हृदयस्थो जनार्दनम् ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामया सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ मन्त्रहीनं क्रियाहीनं भक्तिहीनं जनार्दनं यत्पूजितं मया देव परिपूर्णं तदस्तु मे ॐ असतो मा सर्गमय ॐ तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय ॐ मृत्युर्मा अमृतं गमय ॐ गच्छ त्वं भगवन् अग्निस्वस्थानि कुन्दमद्यतः हुतम् आदाय देवेभ्यः शीघ्रदेहि प्रसीद मे ॐ ब्रह्मज्ञये नमः ॐ त्वमेव माता च पितः त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देवदेव ॐ शान्तिः 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 हरि ओम गर्व से कहो गर्व से कहो गर्व से कहो बोले श्री सत्यनारायण स्वामी की जय बोले श्री सूर्यनारायण स्वामी की जय बोले श्री सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय बोले श्री स्वाहा माता की शुभमस्तु kindly be seated for this.
Sitaram, just a reminder on all the celebrations that will be coming up. Saraswati Jayanti Puja will be held on Sunday, 2nd February. Puja will begin at 4:30. Also, we will be having a Shiva Yagya that will be beginning on Sunday, February 23rd at 6 p.m. The Yagya will conclude on Shivratri night, the 26th of February. If anyone would like to sit for any of these events, or even for Hawan in the morning, you can speak to Auntie Rhoda or any of our committee members. Refreshments have been graciously provided by Uncle Suresh and Auntie Rosemary. It can be collected along with prasad at the exit. We hope you have a safe and relaxing rest of your day. Thank you, Sitaram.
Thank you, Praveen and Suresh, Rosemary. And you may not know, but I give Rosemary a new name. I always call she Anne-Marie. All right, so Rose and Anne. Rose is better, right? Rosemary. Blessings to both of you for sitting on this morning to perform Havan. And of course, Daniel and Anthony. I get the names correct this time. Blessings to both of you for having joined together with us. And also, of course, for the refreshments that you have provided. I don't think there's any special occasion. Normally, at the beginning of the year, you normally sit. So I want to commend you and wish you all the best. Keep the journey going. So devotees, blessings to everybody. And service continues as usual next week, Sunday morning. Do join us. Stand up. Members of the management committee, remember we have a meeting this morning, so don't go far.